Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hello, friends. I'm back again. What a surprise, right? It's me, your friend Corey, and we are about ready to start adding details to this fine fellow. This has been a very unique experience. Very small crochet. We used what size did I use? I used a size 2 hook with baby yarn and Hobie's Cotton Rainbow, I think it's called. Lace weight rainbow. Hold on, let me grab this thing. It's right beside me. Rainbow mercerized cotton. So this is all acrylic in here, and this is a Mary Maxim baby yarn that was super thin. So I had to put a piece of plastics in there from lids, clear lids, so he can stand up. So rainbow cotton, mercerized cotton. Oh, I'm super excited. So I'm really excited to put him together because this guy has really been an adventure. So glad you're here to hang out, and let's get building. I had the worst time coming up with this brown. The original brown I've picked was a light 3, but when I tried to do it, it really was too much. Like, it just was not working. Yes, king. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. I had such a mix up with this part. This part didn't give me the color to start with. It just said start stitching. So I start stitching and I started with the brown thinking that it was going from this end to this end. No, it went from this end to this end, and I got about here and I was like, oh, I can see the shape. This is his fin. This is what I got to do here. So I had to switch it over. So that took me an extra couple hours because, I mean, stitching this small does take a long time, right? Look at those tiny, tiny stitches. Hello. Hello. Can you focus? Oh my. I'm not sure why it doesn't want to focus. Maybe go like that. Come a little closer. Go like that. And believe me, I just cleaned the lens. I know the lens is clean, so it's just being a bit weird. It's probably the color more than anything, so let's try the brown. With the brown, because it was a lace weight, I'll tell you the stats because these are pretty neat. These are nice sized. You have 50 grams. 280 meters approximately, 308 yards, 1.5 to 2 millimeter knitting needles, and 1.5 millimeter hooks. So really, really, really thin. So yeah, super thin. So what I ended up doing was to make it almost as thick as, let me grab a piece out of this bag. This is my bag to hold everything in. Don't lose that little tiny piece there. That's the collar. And I think I'll put that on after I put the arms on. So it's one piece at a time. So like, for example, this one. What I found was I did this in one string and it ended up being way, way too small. So I needed to thicken it up. So I ended up just doubling it. So my mom's got a whole bunch of scrap pieces. She's fine with it, she says. So she says. She hasn't seen it yet. She makes bracelets and other small items with it. However, I would love to make a few amigurumis out of that. Really small ones. So I'm kind of curious about how that would work out. So that might happen. Now this piece has to go on here. With the other ones, they started off there with the hand. From what I can tell, we have to just sew it on. So I'm going to do that right now while we are chatting. Looking forward to getting this one finished. He has been a challenge. I brought him with me to the park. Take my girls out to the park the other day. And I was working on the fin, and these two, this little group of young, like 11, 12-year-old boys became super interested. They come up to me and they're like, "What are you making?" So I told them I'm making Squidward. I got super excited about that. I thought that is the coolest thing. Because of course little boys like SpongeBob, usually. Not always, but usually. My youngest daughter is a massive SpongeBob fan. She loves to watch it with her brother, who is a big fan himself. He has the funniest socks. SpongeBob socks, if you can believe it. We're just going to see if I can get that in there. That'd be lovely. Twist your yarn. Pop it through. And we're just going to, maybe about here, hold that in because it's a very small side. And I just use this to secure it in the middle. All right. Trying to make sure you can see how much of a struggle this is. This is a struggle, like most things I do. But that's okay. I'm going to come out here. I definitely don't want to come out on the other side, because I mean, that is his arm. There, I did find the other part of this pattern. I thought that there wasn't pieces for the face, and there definitely is. There's a whole bag full pieces for the face. Oh my gosh. We have things like this, which threw me off a little, but now it makes sense. But it is for his mouth, right? He's got that kind of mouth. Let's see, is this the front? I'm going to put his mouth on. Then his big nose goes over and his eyes are up here and he's got some weird wrinkly things on his head. So it's going to be pretty fun when he's done. I think he's going to come out looking just fantastic. I am really pleased with this one so far. One of those times where you just get a feeling that, you know, this is going to be good. Not bad. So I'm just going to tuck that back in because I don't want to cut it. Okay, tucking, tucking, tucking. Placing that in there. Alright, looking good. Okay, now I might need to grab a little more purple. I wasn't thinking of how much purple I would need. I will stitch a little bit of it, and I'll go get the purple. Well, it's right beside me, I think. I have a one of the biggest Walmart shopping bags, the reusable kind, beside me, holding all the birthday projects. Okay, and we're just going to come up probably right in here. Can I find a spot to come out? Yeah, I don't like to go through the stitches. I like to go around the stitches. So we're just going to casually, nice and casual. No one's going to judge me on that, right? No. Come on. Right through. I don't have a smaller darning needle. I might have to look into it. I do know that there are some needles that might work, but I'm going to have to find some. I was looking in my needle collection. I have some vintage needles. I have lots of vintage crafting stuff. A lot of my grandmother and my mother's stuff. So we'll take another look in there and see if I can find something a little bit better than how thick this is for these tiny things. But yarn this thick won't fit into like a cross-stitching one. I already tried. I've tried that before, and it did not work out for me. So that's a shame. We're going to put this on nice and easy. Yeah, I'm quite excited with how he's turning out. He's not going to be as big as the other guys, but I didn't have the right colors in my thicker bigger acrylics. So I'm using what I have, and I think a smaller one might be a great idea now that I've done it once. I mean, I could make a bigger one down the road if needed. Okay. Giving my hand a little break from wearing my brace. As you can see, my hand was swelling again, so I decided to get a little uncomfortable inside. So, being that I'm sewing right now, I can afford to take it out for a little bit, because it is definitely back to being very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. Come on, what you got? There you are. There you be. And we go through there. And there. That's very nice. Okay, I'm starting to... Not like that. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. No, this isn't going to work for me. I'm going to have to... Yeah, I think that I am just going to have to not use this... Oh, dear. I don't like the way that's sticking together. I should be pinning this in spots, so I think I'm going to have to do this all a bit later. I don't have my pins with me. I have to go get them, and they're kind of buried over in my crafting corner there. Yeah, I really need to clean up that area. Alright, that's not working for me, and I don't like this needle for it. I think this needle is going to be too big to build him. So I'm going to find myself a better size needle, and I'll get back to making him soon enough. And his other arm is in a different bag, which is actually in my kitchen area. But he will be done soon enough. I will give you an update soon enough. But I'm feeling like that is not working right now, and I'm not going to push my luck. But he is on the go. What I can do, though... Hold on. I'll be right back. Alright. This one I do need to sew on. Okay, so this is a creepy, ghoulish, nursey type character from a video game. Oh, and I forgot to bring out my sewing thread. Okay, so we've got my crazy cotton. This is the recycled cotton. I finished this like a week ago, and I just haven't gotten around to placing her. So I'm thinking I kind of want to take that. Maybe we go like this. Okay, so you gotta bear with me. Her head does move, so that does add in a little bit of an extra craziness. I kind of like that. This colored piece there hanging. Well, we're gonna go like that. So it's like somebody wrapped her face, but she doesn't have eyes. Like, I know Funkyo Pops usually have eyes. I just like the body shape and the head shape and the fact that her head turns. I really was intrigued with how that was made, and I'm super excited with the outcome. I can definitely make lots of little characters using this pattern. It was quick, and I found it very easy to do. It did not take me very long, so that really helps when I'm creating these crazy characters for my very creative family. I don't like that going over there, so here, let's see, we're going to find a different route. We're going to go down here, we're going to come back up and around, get some of those spikies there, go like that, around the bottom, around there, and I think land here will be great. So I'm just going to see if I have any more. I do. So we're going to just place you there, okay? Now, I'm going to pull that there, okay? A little bit this way. What do you think? What do you think? Ooh, loud garbage truck today. Okay, so that's her front. And I kinda want a little more of the face skin showing. Because, I mean, we are putting this hat on, right? We're going to be putting on this little nurse hat up here. And I'm feeling like this is just a little bit too thick on her face. So we're going to readjust. And that's half the battle here. We want to readjust. Readjust. Want that to hang down. Because this character is in a alternate universe that is quite gritty, disgusting, bloody, and gross. Like, this is from a scary game. I will be very upfront with that. So now I don't expect everybody else to be knowing who the character is. But if you do, you know that it's very important that she has a certain vibe to her. Right, and I want that to end there, I think. Yeah, I think, you know what, we're gonna pull this up just a touch so we have a little bit more of it hanging out. Yeah, okay. I think I got my look. This right here does it for me. I think this is my best look because I'm going to take some red fabric paint and we're going to add a little more distress. I haven't used my felting needles on them, but I did on the dress, right? It looks great. It definitely looks worn. I like the material that I used, the different browns in it really give it a more worn look. Didn't do anything to her per se, but her outfit definitely. And then we're going to put on her little hat. And if you know the game Silent Hill, you know this is how they work. They look like this and they come out of nowhere and they just come for you. Oh. Okay. I'm getting a little carried away. I need to find a pair of scissors. One moment. Alright, well anyways, my scissors are way far away in another bag and I will have to go get them. And this is actually pretty close to the end of this video, so I'll let you take a little peek at her. She's gonna look great. Anyways, thanks for joining me here. All the crackers in the box, and I'll see you again really soon.